Hi, my name is Dan Hammer, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate how easy it is to take ProArgi-9 Plus. I'll also cover some of the most frequently asked questions I receive, so let's get started with the basic. This is a container of ProArgi-9 Plus, and it contains 30 servings. Inside each container is a scoop, and a level scoop represents one serving. Now I typically put it in an 8-ounce water glass and add water to it. Some people ask me if they can combine it with juice or other liquids, and my recommendation is to only use water. When isolated, L-Arginine has some very unique health properties, and when you use juices that are high in sugar, you can interfere with the L-Arginine absorption and not receive the full benefits. So only use water. Now I prefer 8 ounces of water, but you could use more. And I've got some clients who use a funnel and pour their powder into a plastic bottle or a metal container. So, just to demonstrate how this works, and I just want to give you a little trick on this. First off, depending upon the size of your funnel, when you go to add this, if you add it all at one time, it kind of gets plugged up, so you kind of have to shake it in there a little bit at a time. The other thing is, if you're using a plastic container that already has the water in it, make sure that you take a couple mouthfuls of water out of the container, because if you do this and add the ProArgi-9 Plus, you're going to find that the water spills over the lip of your container and creates a mess for you on your counter. So after you get the powder in there, all you're going to do is just add your water to it. Not a hard process here. Just be careful when you get to the top there that you don't add more water in your funnel than what it can handle. Stick your cap up on top, tighten it, and then just shake it up, and people will just take this with them. Instead of taking coffee in the morning, they use this. They use it to hydrate them throughout the whole day. And the nice thing about this is it helps to provide a great energy source and helps them maintain a great focus throughout the whole day. Now, the most common question I'm asked is, how much should I take? And the answer depends. If you have a health issue, then I would suggest 2 to 4 scoops per day, depending upon your health issue. If you're going to take 2 scoops, then I would suggest that you take them at the same time. If you decide to take 3 scoops, then I would recommend 2 in the morning and 1 in the late afternoon or early evening. And if you decide on 4 scoops, then I would suggest 2 in the morning and 2 in the late afternoon. If you're just wanting to improve your overall health and work on prevention, then 1 scoop will work. However, here's my tip from personal experience. I would suggest that you use 1.5 scoops. I find that for myself and many others who I've tried this with, there is a significant difference in how you feel between using 1 scoop and 1.5 scoop. So I've already placed in the previous segment 1 scoop in our glass, and so I'm going to add another half scoop to it. Add my water. Again, I like using 8 ounces of water, so I use an 8-ounce juice glass. And one of the things that I want you to note is that when you do this whole process, you're going to see a deep blue color, but when you go to stir this, there's going to be a color change. So it's going to go from deep blue to purple. Depending upon how cold your water is will also depend upon how long you need to stir this. But you want to give it a good stir so it dissolves properly, and then once you're done, all it is you just drink it up. Now, just to be aware, another question that I get very often is, where do I need to take this in relationship to food? And I would suggest that you make sure that you take this at least no less than 30 minutes, but preferably an hour on either side of food. That means that if you're going to have a meal, try and take this at least an hour before that meal, or take it an hour after the meal, because again, certain types of foods can interfere with the absorption of L-Arginine. So my suggestion again is make sure that you take this outside of food. Minimum a half an hour, preferably an hour. The next question I get most often is, what time of day should I take it? And the answer depends upon what you're trying to accomplish and when you're going to be most consistent in taking it. And I want to emphasize the consistency, because that's the most important aspect of taking this product, is being consistent. Now for me personally, I take my ProArgi-9 Plus in the morning when I first get up. It's the most convenient time for me and allows me to be most consistent in taking a product. It makes an immediate difference in my clarity, and I find that it does an excellent job at helping to sustain my energy levels throughout the day. I have some people who will take it mid-morning to help them through the rest of their day. I have others who will take it just before they leave work, and this process helps them to perk up for their commute home. It keeps them from being hungry so they don't snack, and it helps them with their energy levels in the evening. I also have other clients who will take this product 30 minutes before bedtime. There is some evidence that this technique will allow the product to cross the blood-brain barrier to help stimulate the pituitary gland to naturally produce growth hormones, and that has a positive benefit for people. Now, some people find that this will help them sleep better, and I also have other clients that find that this interferes with their sleep. So you're going to have to find out how it does for you. You know, some people who find that it interferes with their sleep is because their dreams are more vivid or they have too much energy to go to sleep properly. So again, if you use this technique, you're going to have to find out for yourself. Okay, on this segment I'm going to take two questions because they're kind of short and we're going to combine them together. The first one kind of relates to my last section where I talked about this product crossing the blood-brain barrier to stimulate the pituitary gland to naturally produce growth hormone. And the question I get is, why? What benefit is this? And the benefit is that naturally producing growth hormone helps your body to regenerate itself better, which is an anti-aging aspect. So people will do this from an anti-aging standpoint. The other question I get asked quite a bit from athletes is, can athletes use this product? And the answer is absolutely. In fact, you will see improvements in your workout results. You'll be able to work at a higher intensity, recover quicker, and have less muscle soreness. And if you're doing any kind of weight training, you're also going to see quicker muscle developments. Now, for the best results, I recommend that you take at least 1.5 scoops, like I do, in 8 to 10 ounces of water 30 minutes prior to your workout. And by the time that you've completed your warm-up, it'll be in your system, which will help improve your circulation, and I'm telling you, it will make a significant difference in your workout. Finally, the one question I'm often asked is, does this interfere with any medications? And my understanding from Dr. J. Joseph Prendergast, the product formulator, is there are no negative interactions with medications. Dr. Joe has been using this integrative L-Arginine L-Citrulline protocol for over 15 years, and his results have been nothing short of phenomenal. No heart attacks, no strokes, and no hospital admissions for cardiovascular issues for those who have followed his recommendations. And what's extraordinary about this is that 80% of his patients are diabetics. Because of this track record, the American Diabetic Association awarded Dr. Joe the 2008 Father of the Year Award. And just recently, Dr. Siva of the High Desert Heart Institute utilized ProArgi-9 Plus on 33 congestive heart failure patients. To this date, this study has been the most comprehensive human clinical trial ever done examining the nutritional benefits of a nutritional supplement. Now, all 33 patients were medically and pharmaceutically managed to the maximum. 60% of them were waiting for a new heart. And Dr. Siva had no concerns about using the ProArgi-9 Plus, and the results were remarkable. By the end of the study, all were off of the heart donor program, and all were either off all medications or were substantially reduced in their medications. Now, with that being said, I would highly suggest that if you are on medications, then you work with your healthcare provider to make sure that if you're using this product, you're taking the necessary things that you need to do in watching your medications. And again, I'm not a doctor, and I don't want to replace your doctor or give any advice contrary to your physician. That's why I always make myself available to work with you and your physician so that the two of you can make the best choice for you. My email address and phone number are available if you need to reach me about any questions that you might have. I think that covers most of the general questions that I get regarding this unique and remarkable product. And with that, I'd like to wish you a good day, and we'll talk at some later time in the future.